everyone. It is actually wonderful to be in a collaborative and positive environment. I think that's wonderful. It's nice to see industry people here, not scared to be here too. So I'm going to talk about the petition for a tax on sugar-sweetened beverages, which hopefully most of you will be aware of. We started this petition a few months ago. The idea, or what the petition is asking for is for a tax on sugar-sweetened beverages with the money raised to be ring-fenced and put towards education around nutrition and healthy eating. So we got on board with some of the main organisations who are at the grassroots really and seeing the effects of sugar in the diet of New Zealanders, so Diabetes New Zealand, Heart Foundation, dietitians, Dental Association, and individuals as well, who some of whom are in the room today, who are seeing the impact of sugar, basically. Why did we do this? I ask myself this question sometimes. I don't need to talk to you guys about the arguments in favour of a tax, because I know we're going to be talking a lot about that today anyway, and also you know them all, and probably better with a lot bigger brains than mine, but basically a huge number of public health organisations and health experts around the world and in New Zealand have recommended this as one thing, not the only thing, but as one thing that can contribute towards solving the problems of obesity and diabetes and related diseases. And there's a list of organisations there that have recommended or asked for a tax on sugar-sweetened beverages. And then we had earlier this year a open letter to Cabinet from 74 health professors, some of whom are also probably in this room, asking again for a tax. All of those experts, all of those amazing experts with all of their expertise and all of those global health organisations and bodies recommending this hasn't had any impact on our government so far. I have noticed though, I guess, and the reason why I have got involved in this is that one of the things that does tend to get a little bit more reaction in terms of policy from the government is actually public opinion and public pressure. And so it seemed like perhaps this is time now to get some public pressure going on this particular issue. I don't have any experience in policy lobbying, and bureaucracy is not really my thing either. I do have some interest in health and nutrition policy and have been a keen observer of this over the years of progress, or I suppose you could say lack of progress in this area. And I've covered it before. During the last election I made a point of covering the political parties' nutrition policies because it really wasn't being touched on anywhere else. It wasn't an issue during the last election. So I've got some form in this area, but really I kind of didn't know what I was getting myself into. I've had a lot of conversations and continue to have a lot of conversations with people who assume things about what we're trying to do which are not what we're trying to do. People, I don't know if you've noticed, but we are in a culture and a world now where people don't read, and they don't read beyond the headlines in their Facebook feed, maybe the first couple of lines. And so they make a lot of assumptions about what we're actually trying to achieve. We are not trying to ban all sugar. People think it's a sugar tax. Oh, what are you trying to do? Trying to ban all sugar? That's not what we're trying to do. We're not trying to stop people from having treats. If you want to have your favourite sweet drink, we're not trying to stop you. We are trying to nudge you in the direction of making a healthier choice. And we're not trying to say that this is the one magical solution that's going to solve the problem. We've never said that. I don't think any of you would say that either. We're not trying to say that this is one thing. We are trying to say this is one thing that needs to happen as part of a range of other things that all together can actually have a really big impact. And the other thing we're not trying to do is shut down the drinks industry. I think there are clever and principled people working in the drinks industry, and they are working now on solutions to this problem, and they have got to be part of that solution. And I think they're clever enough to actually come up with solutions and come up with ways of still making money. So I don't think a tax is going to hurt industry, and I think industry has to be part of the solution. So the petition has had some really good public support, there's a good groundswell of support so far. It's had some good media pickup in all media really, and every time we do that we tend to get a bit more of a swell of signatures, which is excellent. I haven't said, we've actually got at the moment about 8,000 signatures, or just over. There's probably just under 8,000 online, and we've been collecting offline signatures as well, so it's just over 8,000 signatures at the moment. And then it's had really quite good social media pickup as well. We've done a bunch of things, infographics and little videos, to try and make the message shareable and encourage people to participate and sign the petition. And so the social media pickup's been quite good. And I just thought I would show you one of the little videos that we did. This is just a minute long. It's one of the things that we put out there for people to share. It's us, when people sign the petition, they can comment about why they've signed. And so this is just some of the comments from people about why they have decided to sign. Get that little thing to go. Strongly are people who are at the front lines and who are working with children and who are seeing the effects that they're not happy about. And so it's quite a heartfelt message, which is really nice. We've had a lot of great comments from parents and healthcare professionals and people who feel that this is really something that is a moral obligation, a moral thing to do. Of course, there has been some criticism, as we would expect, and there was tweets and critiques from people that you would probably expect. Although I note that the stuff there about the petition being misleading was actually not about the petition, not about the tax, not about the need for a tax, but actually about one word that we had in the introduction to the petition. And so the argument came down to how fat we are. Well, not even how fat we are, but how fat we are compared to other fat countries. So it kind of got a bit silly. There have been criticisms from whale oil and Mike Hosking, people like that you probably wouldn't be too upset to be criticised by. Anyway, we thought it felt like there was a real change in Kiwis' thinking and feeling around this issue as we went along. And so I thought it was probably a good idea just to do a quick temperature take of where people's heads are at on it. And so we did a little quick survey in the last couple of weeks to kind of get some views about that. It is clear that people are still very confused about sugar, and I see this in the work that I do in the magazine and the feedback that we get from readers. People are really still confused about sugar in the diet, but they're also really worried about it. And when we ask, do you feel New Zealanders should consume less sugar? Of course, most people really do think that we should be consuming less sugar. Do you feel that the level of added sugar in the product is becoming an increasing problem? 86% agree. That leads me to think that there's another opportunity for lobbying here around labelling and the labelling of added sugar in foods, which I think would be amazing. What's happening in the United States, probably we need to get some momentum going here. So that might be the next project. But their views are changing around a sugary drinks tax. When we started this, opinion that I had surveyed was really 50-50, even amongst our own readers, who you might expect to be a little bit more in that direction, really 50-50 on whether they favour a tax. This question, do you feel it would affect people's health? 57% agree. But this is the key. Would you support sugary drinks tax being imposed? Now it's up to 67%, which is really, really good because that's quite a shift in the direction of yes. There's an opportunity here too that 16% of not sure's, I want to convince those people. So there's only 17% now who say no, they don't support it, which is really, really good news. So what next for us with the petition? We're at the point now where we have got some quite good responses, got 8,000 signatures. We could go ahead and present that. I'm told that petitions have gone forward with fewer signatures than that and been effective. I think we can do better. I think we need to probably get a little bit more of a groundswell going. It's hard to keep it in the public eye and the media eye, particularly because of the way that the media works. I'm quite good, but I'm not. It's very difficult as a one-man band, a one-woman band to do it. Is that 1 minute? Okay, so this is what we want to do. We have the wonderful support of Marama Fox from the Māori Party, who has agreed to sponsor the petition and take it through the process. We have to now decide, do we want to do this now? Do we want to do a big push now and try and get it through before the end of the year, or do we want to let it simmer, take it through and get it happening in the election year? I would love some feedback from the room on that because I'm not sure of the answer. I'm hoping to talk to Marama about that too and get her advice. But what we really want to do is gather some support from influencers, so people in the community and in New Zealand who have got, have influence in the community and who are respected by New Zealanders and who are prepared to put their name behind this and say, I've signed this, I support it, please do the same. I've got a couple of people up my sleeve who I'm not going to talk about because every time I do that, usually something happens and it doesn't happen. There's been a lot of one step forward, two steps back in this process, but basically, if we can get that happening, give it one last kind of big push, and then we'll be ready to present it. So really, I am asking for your help if you can. I know that a lot of you are connected. You've got networks, you may know people or have relationships with people who are prominent in New Zealand, who maybe sports people or just media personalities, people who have got influence. Some of you are yourselves influential in your own, so you've got large social networks, you've got people who respect you and follow you and really respect what you say. If this is something that you feel that you can support and promote, that would be absolutely amazing. And please, please talk to me. I would love to get this to 10,000. I think we could probably get higher. And then I think, as David alluded to, it's really interesting as an observer of the nutrition community for a long time. There are a lot of divergent views and there are some really healthy, robust debates about details when it comes to nutrition. But actually I think that this is one thing that everybody can agree on and come together on. And we can really make quite a big difference, hopefully, with this. So I'm really easy to find. I'm on social media. I'm very easily contactable. Please get in touch, and I'll probably be getting in touch with you as well. But I would love your support, and thank you all of you who have already supported us so far and been really amazing. So that's me.
Super.